Good morning, Emerson. Today is Tuesday, April 12th. On today's show, Jordan Moncada takes us to the Boston Athletic Club and inside one of their workout classes.
And Molly Kelleher from the Boston Athletic Club is in studio to show us some workouts that will not only whip you into shape, but help you get that bikini bod that you, Anaritis, have always wanted.
What makes you think I don't already?
Oh, you're beautiful anyway.
Good morning, Emerson. I'm Anaritis Rodriguez.
And I am Terry Stackhouse, and thank you for watching this morning.
Yes, thank you.
You know, I would like that bikini bod, but, you know, I'm saving this for my summer onesie.
Are you one of the ones that wear Speedos on the beach?
But let's break down some real news. As many college kids, including us right here in the Hub, were pre-gaming our normal Alston trip on Friday night, legislators down in Washington, D.C. were working to avoid government shutdown 2011, and both sides, Boehner and Obama, in the House of Representatives, were able to reach a compromise. What do you think of this political civility?
I honestly think that people are overreacting. Everyone's running for the hills. We've been averting the shutdown since December. I really don't want to get too technical and newsy on everyone, but they're trying to make it work. Give them a break. JFK said it. It is not what your government can do for your country, but what you can do for your country. I know I messed that up, but I got the gist.
I think it was
right.
Bruce Willis that actually said that. But hey, it's an important lesson that we can all learn. But on a side note, the Tea Partiers are actually asking for another $100 million to be cut from that budget. I think that's a bit too much to ask. You know, it's almost juvenile, reminiscent of high school. You've got those really anti-establishment kids that refuse to pay their class dues. They want Spirit Week cut. They want the pizza parties cut. I say, give these guys a break. The cash flow is still going to all of our government programs and organizations.
$38 billion, I think, is enough.
Yeah. And somebody who might agree is our most trusted name in news here at Good Morning Emerson, Steven Selnick. Steve, what is happening in the world today?
Oh, Terry, everything is happening in the news today. Good morning, Emerson. I'm Steve Selnick, and this is the news that you need to hear. Archaeologists dug up a 5,000-year-old Stone Age man near Prague over the weekend. Now, what makes this guy different from all the other 5,000-year-old fossils? This one could very well be the world's oldest gay man. The skeleton was found pointing eastwards and surrounded by domestic jugs, which is the way that only women were buried at that time. Archaeologists suggest that the way that he was buried indicated a difference in his sexual orientation. According to culture at that time, the men were buried on their right side with their heads facing west. This is obviously not the way our man was found. Along with the household jugs, there were no weapons left with the caveman, but there was an egg-shaped jug left at his feet that's also associated with female burials. Now, if you're looking to sign a one-year contract with Verizon, you should do so now or forever hold your peace. The wireless company has confirmed that they will be eliminating the one-year contract as an option as of April 17th. Verizon claims that the switch is being made because most people sign up for the two-year contract anyways. In an email, Verizon promised that their contract-free month-to-month service will not be changed whatsoever. The former policy allowed customers to start or renew contracts for 1 year instead of the two-year option. Buyers still got to buy new equipment at a discount, but that discount was less than the two-year contract level. Gas prices are on the rise and are not showing any signs of slowing down. At an average of $3.79 a gallon, these prices are the highest they've ever been in April, not to mention the 14th highest since 1990. There's even one gas station in Orlando that's currently charging $5.59 a gallon. The average price around the nation has increased by 19 cents in the past 3 weeks, and experts say that we are close to the tipping point where people will start looking for alternative ways to get from place to place. Makes me wonder when that whole alternative energy thing is going to kick in. Now back to the diesel-burning Terry and the elegant hybrid Anaritis.
That's right, we're running on diesel fuel here at GME. So, Steve, the world's oldest gay man discovered. I always thought that that was Elton John, but from your perspective, based on the way this guy was buried facing west, do you think that there's any truth to he was actually the world's oldest gay man?
You know, I was actually talking to some people about this yesterday, and they said it could literally just be a coincidence that he was made that way. Maybe he had done something to insult the people that he was living with, and it's more of an insult than a way of his lifestyle. But, I mean, it was 5,000 years ago. We'll never know.
We will never know, but that's very interesting. Thank you so much, Steve, for that story. Now it's time to throw it outside to our favorite weather girl, Lindsay Cannon. Lindsay?
Wake Woke up in the morning in time for GME. I'm telling you about the weather, yes it has been sunny. And I'm sorry, but this week you might get in a funk from all the rain, ain't no thing, cause you know we'll get really excited for the most awesome, most epic, most crazy concert you have ever been to tonight in Boston, the Get Sleazy Tour with Kesha. Now some of you are wondering, gee, what's the weather gonna be like so I can dress appropriate on my way to the concert? Well, let's take a look at today's forecast. Today it's going to be rainy with a high of 61 and a low of 42. And now for the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, rainy with a high of 49, low of 39. Thursday, partly cloudy, high of 62, low of 40. Friday, partly cloudy, high of 56, low of 41. Saturday, rainy, high of 55, low of 46. And Sunday, a few showers with some wind with a high of 54 and a low of 39. Now back to two people who like to get sleazy every once in a while, Terry and Anaritis.
I plead the fifth. I plead the fifth.
I was raised Catholic. I never get sleazy.
Oh.
But hey, thank you, Lindsay. Now it's time to check in with Ross Lippman to see what is happening in the world of sports. Red Sox still struggling. Ross, do you have any answers for us today?
Maybe with that Catholicism, you could pray for the Red Sox, Terry. Good morning, campers. It's now time to gather around for your sports on this Tuesday morning. And guess what? The Red Sox finally won, but you may not have gotten wind of that because a former Red Sox has stolen all the headlines. But it's just Manny being retired. That's right, the former Red Sox and now former Tampa Bay Ray announced his retirement out of nowhere. And then the pieces of the puzzle came together. Ramirez was allegedly facing a second violation of the league's substance abuse policy. The penalty, 100 days suspended, which is pretty much the whole season. Ramirez decided he'd just call it a day and he'd just retire. His old team, the 1-7 Tampa Bay Rays, came to visit the Red Sox at Fenway Park last night. Speaking of former Red Sox players, this is Johnny Damon, the first batter of the night against Daisuke Matsuzaka. He gets this homer into right field, and if you think that's the worst of it, well, as Monty Python once said, that is just a flesh wound. Next batter up, Sam Fuld in the second inning, up by 5 already. They go yard around the pesky pole. That would put the Rays up by 7, and we're not even halfway there to the amount of points or amount of runs that the Rays scored in this game. Wakefield's in to relieve. You know that things are just going to get worse here. That goes in between second and short. A runner would come in to score. We're halfway there now, up by 6. That's now John Jaso going into the gap between left center. This would bring B.J. Upton to score. The Rays would go on to win 16-5. I'm not kidding. They went on to win 16-5. Things are getting out of hand. Well, this weekend, all eyes were on Augusta, Georgia, and the Masters. Entering Sunday, it looked as if the Irish wunderkid Rory McIlroy had the tournament in his hands. He led at 12 under and was 3 strokes ahead of the nearest competitor. And then out of nowhere, to paraphrase the legend of Bagger Vance, Tiger Woods came back from the dead. He started Sunday at 5 under, and after the first 9 holes and a majestic 31 on his scorecard, Tiger was tied for the lead. Rory McIlroy then proceeded to fall off the face of the earth. He finished the tournament at 4 under. Ouch. But Tiger had plenty of competition along with him. At one point, 7 players were tied for the lead with 5 holes left. Tiger finished the round at 10 under and waited for someone to slip up, but that didn't happen. Instead, Adam Scott, Jason Day, and Charles Schwartzel battled it out. And who came on top but GME's own Zach Huson? Oh, I'm sorry, it's actually Charles Schwartzel. With back-to-back birdies on 17 and 18, Schwartzel sealed his first green jacket at the age of 26. That's your sports for this Tuesday morning. Now let's go back to the next big thing in sports entertainment. Terry and the next queen of the Kentucky Derby. Take me with you, please, Anaritis. I want to go so badly.
Thank you so much, Ross. Only if you buy me a big Derby hat. Maybe we can talk about it later.
Maybe do that.
So Red Sox last night, 16-5. I can't score that many runs in Ken Griffey Jr.'s slugfest on the Nintendo 64. But Ross, we're supposed to have the most prolific pitching staff in all of the American League, but when are we going to see it?
See, I never thought this pitching staff was the most prolific in the American League. I think the Yankees have a better rotation. I even think the Rangers have a better rotation, and the Athletics on top of that. But there's just some disconnect, especially in the 3, 4, and 5 spots of this rotation. Beckett had a great outing, but something has to give with Matsuzaka. My goodness, this has just been a disaster of an investment with him. We got to do something about it.
You know what we should do? Go get Oil Cam Boyd from the Brockton Sox, bring him back in, have him eat up some innings. We need extra relievers.
I'm down for it. Hey, give the elderly a job, why not? Thanks, Ross. It's time for our first commercial break, but when we come back, Megan Mitchell is in studio for this week's special, super secret Megan Mitchell Meets.
Stay tuned.
yoga later. Welcome back to Good Morning Emerson. Now, Terry, it's the second week of April.
It is.
Graduation is just around the bend,
Not
a few
for me,
weeks.
but for you.
For me and for a lot of Emersonians, and for a lot of students in Boston as well. Everyone is getting ready, their resumes ready, cover letters ready. But I ran across this Yahoo.com article that talks about how outdated we really are in creating our resumes.
Right.
If you have words like objective that's dated, that's like circa 1985, don't list any contacts or phone numbers. It
You're practically putting me to sleep with this boring resume.
Exactly. So how can we jazz it up? This article says, link up with a sexy professional.
Yes.
I don't know what that means.
Well, we'll show you how to link up because this is where we're introducing a segment, Hip and Trendy Tips from Young and Sexy Professionals. That's right.
Look at that, that's so
We're going to
funny.
take you through how to make a sexy resume. Now, ignore the poor printing here. This is kind of a
This looks
last-minute
like
job.
papyrus
But this is
paper.
my actual resume here. As you can see, it's
You gotta work on it.
Well, it's on parchment paper because I like my resume to stand out like it's an 18th century legal document.
And?
You know what else I do with it? Some women, they like to spray
So
perfume on it.
credible.
I drench it with Axe body spray, so it really stands out.
That smells disgusting.
somebody who has a sexy resume and a sexy on-air
Yes,
persona.
It's just sexy, period.
Oh yeah, our entertainment correspondent, Omri Rowland, he's in studio with all the headlines. Omri, what's going on?
Oh, guys, thank you so much. I learned from the best, Terry. Hey, guys, I'm your entertainment correspondent, Omri Rowland, and if you're as tired of your iTunes playlist as much as I am, then I have great news. This summer, some of the music business's heaviest hitters are coming back stronger than ever. First off, it's been rumored that the only member of Destiny's Child that's ever been destined for greatness will release a new album as early as June. Michelle Williams, I'm just kidding. Beyonce's still untitled album is said to be bigger and better than anything she's ever done before. According to Sony Music Australia boss Dennis Hanlon, she's gone to another level. It was just that amazing. That was supposed to be an Australian accent. In an attempt to reinvent her sound, B teamed up with London producer Switch for her fourth solo album. Switch is best known for his work with Lily Allen, Fatboy Slim, Santa Gold, and MIA. When asked about her newest venture, Beyonce said, "I'm not in a box. The new record is not R&B, not typically pop, not rock. It's just everything I love mixed together." And it's been a decade since we've heard new material from them, but No Doubt is set to release a new album sometime this year. The band went on a reunion tour in 2009 where they had a hard time finding their chemistry as a band. Or maybe the boys' egos are still bruised from Gwen's successful solo career. The frontwoman called into Ryan Seacrest's radio show to fill him in on what they have so far. Gwen said, "It's generally a really happy album. The main thing we were trying to do is write really catchy, good songs. We got about 10 done so far and want to do a few more just in case. I really love this record." But just in case the new No Doubt album disappoint, you can still look forward to new releases from Lady Gaga, Eminem, Death Cab, and another collaboration from Jay-Z and Kanye West this year. And while a Jay-Z and Kanye collaboration is something I can definitely stand behind, there's a new Hollywood pairing this week that has left me saying, why? Life and Style magazine reported yesterday that Kimberly Stewart, best known for being Rod Stewart's daughter and one of Paris Hilton's old BFFs, is pregnant. So who's the baby daddy? Could it be rocker ex-boyfriend and walking trash bag Cisco Adler? Nope. How about fiancé in Laguna Beach has-been Talon Torriero? Nah, too expected. So the next logical choice is clearly Oscar winner Benicio del Toro, best known for his role in 2000's Traffic. Stewart's rep confirms Kimberly is pregnant. Benicio is the father and is very supportive. Our rep for Benicio also put out a statement saying, although they are not a couple, they are looking forward to the arrival of the baby. With Kim Stewart and Benicio del Toro as parents and Rod Stewart as a grandfather, this baby is destined for a VH1 reality show. That's it for me and your entertainment update. Now back to two people who are a match made in heaven, Terry Nanaritis.